Hey everybody, it's your man Steve Parker. Y'all know I'm on the loose in Las Vegas at the Stellar Awards, man. We've been having a great weekend. I have the pleasure, I'm going to bring people to you who are intriguing, interesting, and entertaining. And this man is no exception. But before I introduce him, push the share button. We want to inspire somebody and help somebody along the way. And I'm sure this young man's story about his journey will help you do that. Let me tell you about this brother I got with me today. He's from Chicago by way of Monroe, Louisiana. He is one of the funniest young men that you're going to meet. Let me tell you some of his movies and TV shows he's been in. The Johnson Family Vacation, The Monique Show, Medea's Big Happy Family, Who's Got Jokes, BET Comic View, Meet the Browns, The Tom Joyner Show, Based in After Dark. He got some new stuff coming out, and we're going to talk about all that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stephen Parker Show, my man, Mr. Rodney Perry.
Steve, what's up, man? Yo, man. We in Sin City.
Sin City.
With the Christians.
Yeah.
I love it.
The Christians done descended on Sin City.
I say the Stellar Awards go anywhere in the world. And they come where they need it most.
I love it.
Well done.
I love it, man. We've been here for about 4 years now.
Yeah, man.
The Stellars, man, and we come and we have a good time every year, man. But
and the thing about Vegas too is they're good at tourism.
Yeah.
They're good at accommodating a lot of people.
Sir.
So I had some good friends that was working with the Stellar. I got to go to the glam room.
Yeah.
I got my head freshened up. So yeah. So shouts out to the glam room. Yeah.
Shouts out to the glam room, man. Your story is so incredible to me. I've studied some of the things that you have done in the business, man. You've been in the business a long time. Yeah. You've done a lot. But, man, tell me what growing up in Chicago and Monroe was like.
Well, I'm a Chicagoan. I grew up on the South Side, and Chicago is just my city, man. I'm a Bear fan. I'm a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. But, we reached a kind of crossroads in our life. And my mom and my stepdad were separating, and when she went back home.
Okay.
My mother's home is Monroe, Louisiana.
Monroe, okay.
So she took us back home to Monroe, Louisiana, and a much slower life, but a different life, and a great place for me and my siblings to grow up. And ultimately, I finished high school there and began college, and also began being a father.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you think that moving from Chicago, and we hear about all the killings and all, you think that kind of helped you escape that whole thing out there?
Yeah, I mean, the gang culture was very real.
Yeah.
In Chicago, and this is how stupid I was. So the gangs in Chicago was recruiting me, and so I went and asked my mama, could I join the gang? She said, what? She said, you in a gang already. You in my gang. So you let them know you already affiliated.
Now.
And so that's the type of woman she was, and so she wasn't having it no matter where we were. The geography didn't make a difference.
Right.
And so, but leaving Chicago absolutely helped where they keep me out of some of those pitfalls. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where did comedy come? You was in the Navy, and somewhere around there, comedy and you met in the Navy.
Well, I met comedy way before that. I met comedy in second grade.
Second grade?
I had a teacher in second grade that would let me tell jokes at the end of the day if I would shut up throughout the course of the day. And so I found comedy fairly early. I wouldn't find it as a profession much later.
Okay.
But as far as like having comedy in my soul, my parents used to do get-togethers. We all grown folks sit around, drink and talk, play cards. They would listen to comedy records.
Wow.
They would listen to Richard Pryor, Moms Mabley, Don Bubba Bexley, Wanda Page.
Wow.
And they grown up sit around and listen to these records and laugh. And my bedroom was right off the living room, so I lay on the floor
and listen to all that,
cracking up. Who is this dude on the record that's captivating this audience?
Wow.
That was amazing to me. And so I knew what stand-up was, even when I didn't know what stand-up was.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. And Richard Pryor, just influenced a whole generation.
Yeah, he's the grandfather of my generation.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy is probably our father.
Yeah, I see.
Eddie Murphy is our father. Eddie Murphy gave me a face. When I saw Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, I was like, that's it.
Wow.
That's who I am.
Wow.
That guy, he was dark skinned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I identify with that. He was funny. They let him have a little lightweight cuss.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was like, that's me. Sorry, Chris. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So when you see now, the comics that are coming out now, man, what do you think about this new generation of comics, man? 'Cause it's a little different, than when you coming up, man. What do you think about where comedy is headed?
I mean, this is the thing. Things change and they stay the same.
Yeah.
So the thing that's new is how people get famous. We was trying to get on television and get movies.
Right.
They're getting famous here. And that is different.
That's
what's different.
Yeah.
And so I tell my peers, my counterparts, look, dog, don't demonize them because they're our children.
Mm-hmm.
They're our children.
Mm-hmm.
I say Eddie Murphy is my father, Richard Pryor is my grandfather. I'm their father.
Yes, sir.
And so we got to embrace them young cats. Like the social media guys, I bring them into me, man.
Yes, sir.
I try to educate them, get them their history.
Yes, sir.
Because they don't know.
Okay.
I let them know who DC Curry is.
Yeah.
I let them know who you know who Monique is, but do you know Sylvia Traymore, the first black writer on Saturday Night Live?
Ooh.
Do you know who that is?
Ooh.
Do you know who Rip, the player of comedy?
Rip the player.
If you're Oakland
on the house.
If you're an Oakland comedian, how do you not know who Rip is?
Yeah.
How do you not know that history? And so when I meet these guys and girls, I try to give them that.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
I love that, man. And you spent time in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Yay area,
Yeah.
Richmond, California, my hometown, man.
Wow.
What was the Bay like for you, man?
Man, the Bay, I was talking to you off air before we started, man, and I'm a Chicagoan, but I'm a Bay Area comedian.
Wow.
I mean, the Bay Area, whether it was the End Zone on High Street,
Hey!
or whether it was Jeffrey's Inner Circle, or dude, I did comedy at Sweet Jimmy's.
Sweet Jim.
That's how OG I am. I did comedy at Sweet Jimmy. We used to do comedy at Sweet Jimmy, and I don't know if you remember this dude. So on Sanford and Son, Bubba.
I remember Bubba.
Bubba resided in Oakland for a period of time.
Really?
Bubba used to have a comedy show. He was in a wheelchair at the time.
Wow.
So Bubba would host his show from a wheelchair. So he'd roll up, ladies and gentlemen, come to the stage. Very funny young man, Rodney Perry. And he'd roll up and he'd roll back and turn his back. So you performing, you. He laughed. That was a good one. It was such a great time, man. So many great comedians. Lunell, who's a star now.
Yeah.
Cat Williams. We was all in the same pool. Joey Wells, Harry Ratchford, Daniel Dugard.
Danny Dugard.
We was all together in this incubator, and we were all trying to figure it out during that time. And it's all fresh in my mind because I'm writing a book right now.
Right.
And so just reflecting on that time and all these people. Joey and Harry write for Kevin Hart right now.
Right.
They wrote his last movie, Night School, did $100 million. Joey and Harry wrote that.
Look at that, man.
What?
And they from your thing.
We was all in the same thing. I saw Cat Williams go crazy blow up. We was all open mics together.
Wow.
So, I would say to your audience, man, don't worry about the clicks.
There you go.
Because you already in it.
That's right.
Your clique is your people.
Right.
I got people in my phone I can call that's superstar.
Yeah.
But we were struggling together.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I'm doing the whole thing. These things. I'm sorry. I hate people walking around with these things in here. I'm sorry. I just realized. I was like, why I can't hear?
But man, so what about the guys who you came up with, right? And one of them hit, Cat hit.
Yeah.
What is the expectation from you or from another comedian? Because I've heard, man, he ain't putting me on, man.
Right,
he doing his thing. We can name them, and they not pulling. They the gatekeepers now, but they not letting you in the door. How you feel about that?
Well, you know what, man. At the end of the day, you gotta get yours. You have to get yours, and nobody owes you anything.
There you go.
Nobody owes you anything. And don't get me wrong, your people. I've had Cat Williams put X amount of dollars in my hand.
Right.
I've had Kevin Hart go here, man. If you need, but at the same time, and I'll give you this quick story. So Monique and I are really close, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Y'all been down for years.
Monique is one of those people. And I first met Monique. First time I met her, I hadn't even physically met her yet in the face. She called me out of the blue. She saw me do my set. She called me. She said, I saw you the other night. You funny. She said, Rodney, don't take this the wrong way, but can I take your wife on a shopping spree?
Wow.
She Took my wife out, spent upwards of like $3 grand in our home that day.
Wow.
And I'm like, how do I pay you back? And this is the answer to your question. I said, how do I pay you back, honey? She said, you don't. Someday you bless some young comic the way I'm blessed.
Wow.
And so that's the way I live.
Wow.
You know, my peers don't owe me nothing. But let's bless some young comic. And as long as you're doing that, you're taking care of the game. You're taking care of the future of what we got coming out.
I love it, man. Tell us about this book, man. What it's gonna be like, man? You gonna talk about some real stuff, huh?
It's pretty real. I don't know how to do nothing else.
Yeah.
It's Rodney Perry Moments on My Journey. And the original title was going to be 100 Moments on My Journey. But as I start writing the outline, I had more than 100 moments.
Right.
I had so many brushes with great people, and whether it's Jamie Foxx or Sid the Entertainer, who was my mentor,
yes, sir.
Or Steve Harvey, who I used to write for, or or a guy like Tony Rocha that you never heard of that told me, Rodney, if you're gonna be on stage, take all that stuff out your pocket. Right? You got so many people that affect your journey.
Yeah,
and
right.
so it's all these great moments. It's my journey as a father.
Wow.
I have 6 children,
6
5
beautiful
girls,
kids,
5 girls and a boy. It's that journey. It's my journey as a husband, 22 years married.
Wow.
So it's all those different moments together, and it's my story in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, I
And
got
I want
Rodney
my
Perry
kids to
with
be
me.
able to read it. I want my kids to look someday and go, oh, this is what Dad was thinking about.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I know it's going to inspire a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
Tell us about your kids, man. I mean, how do you, with 6 kids, man, continue to be, working as much as you can, going across the world? How do you balance that?
It's a tough balance, but I'm probably at home more than the guy with a 40-hour week job.
Okay.
I work on the weekends mostly. I work probably 30 weekends a year.
Okay.
And so, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, most weekends I'm there.
You at home
24 hours a day. I pick up, I drop off.
Yeah.
I'm up at 6:30. Man, get up, hey y'all, get on up, wake up. I gotta go. And so I'm a real deal dad, man, and a real deal husband. The hard part is when you have some celebrity allowing your people to have their moments. So we went through in our family, my daughter won her Sweet 16, and everybody was kind of mumbling around the house, kind of quiet. I'm like, what's going on? They was like, well, Cheryl ain't sure she wants you to go. Did we not forget who's paying for that? What is memo? She's like, well, they don't want it to end up being about you. And that happens.
Oh, wow.
That happens.
Yeah.
That happens. I'm out, and all of a sudden her friends want a picture with me.
Right.
And so I had to learn how to step back.
Wow.
And let my kids have their moment.
Ain't that
Whether
something?
they playing football, they running track, or whatever they doing. So you'll see me real low key when I'm around my kids. I mean, I'm still great with my fans in terms of taking pictures and stuff like that.
Right.
But with my kids, that'll be one of the few moments I go, can we hold that right now?
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
it's about them.
Y'all love that.
And I had to learn that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You're at the SLS with Monique.
Mm-hmm.
You came down and helped her show, man, is so incredible, man. And like you said, for her to be a friend of yours for this long, and then you guys still, working together, man. Tell us about your relationship with Monique a little bit.
Monique is dope, man. From the first time we began to be friends to even now, like, I'm a dope comedian.
Yes, sir.
I'm cold. Like, Steve, on the real.
If you may say so yourself.
I'm cold, dog. I'm like real low key, on the real, maybe top 50 comedians in the world.
I believe that. He was higher.
And then I watched this lady last night, and I got work to do.
Wow.
Because she's honest on stage.
Man.
It's crazy how honest, like,
real tears are coming down.
Dude,
and then after the tears, she pop a joke out and make the whole.
Dude, it was so crazy. And comedy is tragedy.
Wow.
And so to share that with an audience of strangers, is amazing. And to give people, you ain't got to go to the tabloids.
Yeah.
And see, that takes me back to the greats, Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
That takes me back to a guy that said, look, I set myself on fire.
Wow.
That's a guy that said that.
Live on the Sunset Strip.
So you ain't gotta go read about it. You can come to SLS and hear firsthand what's been going on in her life, and that in itself is who she is. And we had some great conversations this weekend because she living her life and I living my life. So we don't talk every day.
Right.
And so to be in the same room with her is to really get some context on how she is, and to put your eyes on your friends sometimes.
That's right.
Sometimes you just need to put your eyes on your friend.
There you go.
As your friend, you know what? Let me make sure. Okay, she good.
She good. Right.
And
right.
she is.
She is, man. She is. She went through a lot of stuff, man. She rebounded. And she's, like you said, honest in her show about what she got going on, man. I'm with Rodney Perry, one of the baddest comedians in the country and in the world, man. Yeah. Man, I just love being around, good people, man. Yeah, and you good people, man. And, much success to you. Continued success, because you've been successful, and we wish you so much more success. Tell them what's coming up for Rodney Perry.
Before we shut it down, man, I gotta be transparent on this. First of all, I'm a stroke survivor.
Wow.
So 2 years ago, I had a stroke.
Wow.
Lost the use of the left side. People see you walking around good. They be like, "Oh, you must have had a mild stroke."
Wow.
No, it was bad. It was bad due to high blood pressure, hypertension. So I say to your audience is, for the men out there especially, man.
Come on.
When they diagnose you with high blood pressure, take your medication.
Yeah.
I didn't. And I took the medicine and it just affected my libido.
Wow.
And immediately I was like, I ain't taking that.
Right.
What I'm not about to do is be a softy, Mr. Softy. Anyway, so it took 5 years for it to catch up to me, but it caught up to me.
Wow.
I was on the road, Denver, Colorado, and I wasn't feeling good. I talked to one of my buddies on the phone, and he was telling me about another friend of ours that had a stroke like 2 days before.
Right.
And as he was telling me her symptoms, I was like, yo, I feel like that.
Wow.
Right now.
Wow. And
so I go to Walmart, check my blood pressure, it's 221 over 140. Sky high.
God.
This is when I get real dumb, though. I still go and do 2 shows that night.
You should have been in the hospital.
I should have went immediately to the emergency room, but I didn't. I went to the emergency room midnight, checked into the hospital, went to ICU for the next 8 days.
Wow.
Probably had a stroke at the hospital. If you're going to have a stroke, have it at the hospital.
Have it at the hospital.
If you're going to do it. If you got to do it.
You got to.
Please be there.
Yeah.
So, had to learn how to walk again.
Wow.
Had to learn how to use my left hand again. And it put life into perspective.
Wow.
We spend our whole lives trying to get to whatever that thing
is,
to success, whatever that thing. We all on the rat race, trying to hustle, trying to get there. And as I had my conversation with God, I laid in the hospital bed, and I was like, well, God, what do you want me to learn? First question I asked him is, why me? He said, why not you?
Ooh.
Why not you? Why not you pass this word on? I said, okay, I got you. I said, what do I need to learn? He said, success isn't about getting way over there. Success is the step. I laid in the bed, I was a man that could not take a single step.
Wow.
And so success became less that and more make the step.
Yeah.
If you can make one of them,
Wow.
if you can make one of them every day towards your goal, towards your journey, you are successful.
Yes, sir.
You are already there. So just to keep taking the step, man.
Yeah.
And so that's why my book. That's why I'm working on that. I just finished my comedy album. It's called Survivor. It's got comedy about making it through the whole stroke situation.
Yes, sir.
And I'm on the other side of it, man. I'm feeling great.
Man. You looking good.
I'm a little chubby though.
You've been eating a little bit.
I'm the fattest stroke survivor you ever seen. I'm working on it.
So what are some of the things that men need to look for? First of all, go get checked up.
Yes.
Go get checked up.
Okay, so I'm an ambassador for the American Stroke Association.
Yes, sir.
So the acronym they use to identify strokes is FAST. Face drooping.
Okay.
Arm weakness or speech slurring. So if you feel like it'll feel like a dental thing, like when you numb, it'll feel like that.
Yeah.
So face drooping, if you experience that. Arm weakness, if you can't lift your arm above your shoulder, you may be having a stroke.
Yeah.
Either side.
Okay.
Right. Arm weakness, speech slurring. My speech slurred 2 weeks before I had my stroke.
Really?
Because what happens, because the blood pressure goes up and down, you drift in and out of the danger zone. And so I'm talking to my assistant. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, did you hear that? She's like, yeah, well, you okay? I was like, I'm good. I'm thinking I'm tired.
Right.
I'm just still smashing up, working.
Yeah.
And a couple weeks later, I end up having a stroke. So I say that to say this. Pay attention to those signs. Know your body.
Yes.
And if you see that, speech slurring.
Yes.
Face drooping, arm weakness, speech slurring, it's time to go to the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely. Go get checked up, man. That's an incredible story, man. I'm so glad you came through that, man, because you got so much more to do in all of that, man. So tell them where they can find all your stuff, your websites, your social media, where they can go buy all your movies and all that. Give it to them, Rodney.
RodneyPerry.com is the catch-all. You can do all things through there. If you go to RodneyPerry.com, you can get to all my social media. You can get to all of my albums, my book, everything. But if you want to go directly, Instagram, I'm Rodney Perry Live.
Rodney Perry Live.
Do people still tweet?
I don't know.
You know what? Go to my MySpace.
Well, MySpace.
Check out my MySpace. It's beautiful. You know, I got a Black Planet too. While you playing?
A Black Planet.
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on everything. Let me tell you, if you can do arts and crafts, I got you. I'm on everything.
It's my man.
I might be on Tinder. Don't tell my wife. I think I'm on Tinder.
Go check him out. All his websites, man. Y'all go buy his movies, anything. He done been to everything. And if you're in Vegas, come by the SLS this weekend.
Yeah, we got 2 shows tonight.
Yeah, where else you gonna be?
I'll actually be back out here in April. What's next? Oh, I'm in DC. I'm in DC coming up. But I'm out every weekend. Go to the website, man.
Go to the website.
Wherever you at, I'm at.
Damn, Rodney Perry.
Come on, Bay Area. You know I mess with y'all. Y'all my people.
Yeah, area. It's your man, Steve Parker. I'm gotta thank my special guest, Mr. Rodney Perry, man. He's doing some incredible things, and I'm excited for him and his future. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Share this video. Go to RodneyPerry.com. Get all this stuff and support him. It's your man, Steve Parker.
Steve Parker.
Me and Rodney Perry. We'll see you next time. How about it?
I feel like,
We out of here.